Is your fear so big that it covered you with its shadow? Is your pain so heavy that it crushed you to the ground? Or is your hope so strong that it carries you on its shoulders? Isn't your God so faithful as to hold you in his palm? Isn't he so present as to collect each tear of your sorrow? Who but our God is a solid rock? God is my strong fortress, and he cares for you. When I was getting ready for my first ever art show, I faced a very hard stage where I felt like I was just painting because it was my duty. It felt unnatural and forced. There was this big weight in my shoulders while I was painting, and I could see it in my strokes. I got a lot of thinking done while I was painting, and I came to the realization that I was afraid. I realized that I was thinking to myself things like, would this please the people that will see it? Would they like it? Would they understand where I'm coming from? And that led to so much self-doubting. Am I even experienced and good enough to be doing all of these? Is it too ambitious and pretentious of me to be doing this thing? But then I had a phone call with my friend, and she told me something that made me change my mind in that exact moment. It was actually crazy how immediate the change was. She has a piano teacher that told her that every time you think you're doing something of yourself and for yourself, a heavy weight will be on your shoulders because you will be trying to make others like you and like the things that you do. But instead, when you know that what you do is not only given by God, but it also is to give him glory, then everything changes. And suddenly, the weight is lifted off your shoulders. There's no more pressure because it's not you who they have to like, it's God. It's not you who is playing the piano or painting or writing, it's God through you. To become the pen and not the writer, to become the brush and not the artist, to become the notes and not the musician, that is relieving. Then it doesn't even matter if you think you're not good enough. Because the truth is, maybe I'll never be good enough, but the Spirit of God can use you. He can use my best effort in a powerful way. Then I decided that I wanted to become the messenger. And I tried to be thinking about this the whole time. And I can't tell you enough how liberating this was. I wasn't scared of what people would think of me because it wasn't about me. I found refuge in the author and finisher of my life. My fears crumbled down when I hid myself in my everlasting refuge. When I finished all my pieces for the art exhibit, this was actually my least favorite one. And the original meaning and inspiration behind it was that just the fact that when I get to heaven, I'll be able to hug a bear. Because that's what I wish I could do right now, but I can't. But during the show, I realized how many people loved this one. They would come to me and tell them that this was their favorite painting, and I was very surprised. Some of them were sharing with me how the bear was so big, like they were telling me, why is the bear so big and the girl so tiny? And then a new meaning came to my mind. I thought of how all of our fears in this world are seen by us huge, and if they were to become real, they would be these horrible monsters or these big angry bears. But they are really nothing when we are connected to Jesus. They become so weak and harmless when we take refuge under the wings of God. If we try to conquer them all by ourselves, they'll eat us alive. But when we are holding hands with the most powerful warrior, he takes care of them, and they become as harmless as the lions that didn't eat Daniel. It's okay to have fears, but take refuge in the God that cares for you.
Has llegado a la experiencia auténtica por el amor por Cristo. Al contrario, hemos colocado el amor con Cristo. Sentido de seguridad. Cuando te sientes seguro, por eso es que